I'm sliding into your DMs. What's going on, guys? How are you? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. And I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live on a Tuesday evening. And what is there to get excited about a Tuesday? Well, let me tell you something, friends. And we have many new friends on this channel. Many wonderful people, you know, they're sending their best to the Delver's Dungeon. We love our people. Let me tell you what. Tuesday nights, we play First Edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we do around these parts, guys, and we have a lot of fun doing it. This is not merely a passive, oh, well, they're going to play D&D. I guess they're trying their own little hand at, trying their own little streaming show. Guys, if you got any questions, if there's anything you wonder, why do they do that? Why do things go that way? Ask. It's a learning time. It is a learning time, and I want you all to feel that you can that you can ask a question, because if I don't answer it, somebody in the audience will, or somebody in the game group will. So anyway, I'm glad you're all here, particularly because I have two cool things to discuss and one cool thing to tease before we get going. And I have my awesome stable of kick-ass players are ready to roll here. But I have two cool things. Rob Kuntz is going to be here on Thursday. I got things set up. Rob's going to be here. And trust me, you are not ready. You might think you are, but you're not. It is going to be awesome. We are going to crack open a vault of D&D knowledge, of tales of yore, and views of the current gaming industry that you guys are going to be. Let me tell you what, take your shoes off or else your socks are going to be blown right through them. Now, the other really cool thing, hello, Pasta Lover, Oriental Adventures. It's okay. Let me come back to you here in just a second. I'm gonna pin that, Pasta Lover, and I'm gonna come back to you. Hey, Kabuki Kid, Mead Bordog, hello. Anyway, so I know we have talked a lot about Rose Estus. She was a guest on the show last month. I heard back from Steven, and the fix is in, guys. Rose is going to be signing books at Gen Con. She is taken care of. Okay? So her whole thing has been squared away, and I'm super duper happy about that. I'm glad that we were able to square that up. So Rose is she's taken care of. Look, let me be 100% honest with you. It's not me. Okay. This is not like I pulled out all the stops. I just got her the information for things that were already in place. Okay. So don't heap great, accolades, on me, because all I did was just report things as they went. So Rose is going to be at Gen Con She's going to sign some books, and it's going to be very cool. So if you're going to be at Gen Con, go find her. Get yourself a copy of Return to Brookmere, or Mountain of Mirrors, or Dungeon of Dread, or any number of those books. Maybe you're lucky and you still have them. I wish I still had mine. I wish I hadn't sold mine. Get an autograph on that bad boy. They may even have some for sale. I don't know what they're going to have, but there you go. So that's what's going on. Now there was a question up earlier. We've started off with the questions, and I just want to answer this real quick. Pasta Lover, here's what you need to play AD&D: Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual, dice, a pencil, some imagination, and a few friends. But you can't get those things at Drive-Thru-RPG. But you can get a Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual. Now, if you're talking about ancillary books, I would say the next thing you'd want is Legends and Lore or Deities and Demigods. Unexpurgated or not, when we're just talking about rules, it has some pretty critical rules in it. Fiend Folio, Monster Manual 2. Now, I don't want to tell you to get Unearthed Arcana until you've really had a chance to absorb and digest the core of AD&D. So do not go there, my son or daughter, however it may be. But do absolutely positively get those core 3 rule books, and then come on back and we can talk to you about more. Watch a little bit as we play tonight. Just kick back and enjoy. Legends and Lore, the one without the Gannett. Yes, I see what you did there. So anyway, let's see, what else have we got here? I see there's some chatter over in the green room. But without further ado, I think we're just going to go ahead and jump into this, because we're all champing at the bit, as it were, to get our D&D on tonight. Now, again, guys, if you've newly subscribed to the channel, and if you haven't, please do click that subscribe button. Click the bell icon for notifications. If you've got a question about AD&D, about how we do, why we do what we do, ask the question. This is not a passive thing. I want you to enjoy this, okay? So let's welcome in our players, because we've got an almost full stable. Mobius has got a work thing. Hopefully he can be back next week. But let's go ahead and bring in Doomsword as our resident paladin, Dirk Donegard. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Just you, man. Just you. It's Kevin as that marvelous mage of mayhem and mirth, Marius Esel.
Hello. Praise Fultus. And I'm not talking about me.
And back from his whirlwind tour of many, many wine clubs in the southern southwest United States, everybody say hello to Tim Imholt as Snake. Tim, how you doing, buddy? You feeling better?
Yes, life is too short for shitty wine.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. By the way, to look up Timothy Imholt on YouTube. Tim has a YouTube channel that is absolutely worth your time. Life's too short to not watch some good YouTube channels. So go give Tim a subscribe. Check out his content. It's really good stuff. Now, the next fellow doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he's got everybody on the block swooning for his hairy little halfling feet. Everybody say hello to Mark as our resident Thievel Grimsby.
Hello.
Hello. And there's no getting around this guy. And I honestly, I didn't this was a game time announcement here, actually. You know, the crowd goes wild. Oh my God, is that Circumference's music? Everybody, welcome Thane Kyle as Circumference. TK, good to see you, my friend.
Hello, I was supposed to be on vacation, but I can't stay away from a good game.
And
Well-
to be fair, his walk-on music is yakety sax, just like Benny Hill. So
It is. It is. And also, since I'm giving shout outs right now, please check out D and Disability on YouTube. Another great channel that you should absolutely give a watch, a subscribe, a like. I insist.
Actually, Bill, question. You mentioned the core books. To go back to that question, what are your
Sure.
thoughts on just buying the rules compendium if you already know how to play? I find I like the layout and stuff of the rules compendium a lot.
It is a fine single volume Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, it's the Doomsday Book, right? The one you grab and you throw in your go bag.
and I believe Bill actually has a D&D go bag. So
you better believe it.
It is 305 pages, so it's as cumbersome as like a math textbook, but still.
Sure. So, let me say, I give it props for being a single core rule book that has a campaign setting built into it. On the flip side, the rules tweaks are not my favorite. Now, having my AD&D knowledge in my head, I could adjust it back to the way I want it. But if you're looking for an AD&D like experience, it's probably not the one you want to grab. Its writing is fairly dry in my opinion, but that's just one person's opinion. I mean, honestly, as an old school rule set, it is perfectly cromulent. TK, I have no object. I may teasingly say things about it, but I have no objections to the rule cyclopedia if that's your grab and go.
And I just want to point something out, everybody. Where else can you get first edition D&D and a walking thesaurus and somebody who uses the word cromulent?
Tunka, that's true. That's very true. Tunka and I were looking through it the other day, and we found that while the dwarf and elf and halfling level caps are there, they can still gain experience and still gain abilities, even though they stop leveling.
Yes.
Right? And so it's one of those things that I'm going to be releasing a video on this topic very soon because I think people misrepresent the level caps.
Excellent.
Extremely so.
Excellent. I look forward to checking that video out. So when you do that, let me know and I'll send people your way.
Should be next week.
Wonderful. That is wonderful. That sounds absolutely great. Okay, so
hey, those guys are doing a different rule set than AD&D. Go over there and heckle them.
I would never do such a thing, sir, and I am appalled that you would suggest that I am anything other than. Well, I'm shocked. Okay, not that shocked.
No, I can see Bill becoming like he retires from whatever the life is and becomes like the Statler and Waldorf of Dungeons and Dragons conferences. Heckles people.
Well, I'm already on eternity leave, so I'm halfway there. All right. So, gentlemen, last week. Well, actually, before we get into that, I will leave it to my players. Do you guys want to do character recap, or shall we just jump into the game? I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, I think we've proven we like to jump.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I think didn't we do a character recap? We did last time, right?
Yeah, we
did one on the game.
Not much has changed since last week. Okay.
If
No, I'm
people aren't
just
paying
getting
attention,
more
it's
and
not
more
our fault.
angry at the delay. So I will smite all evil, even seemingly evil.
All right. So now, folks, if you're new to the channel and you're wondering how we do have some terrain and miniatures out there that we do use. Not every week and not for every dungeon crawl, but we do have this one all laid out, and I'm quite proud of it. But anyway, sorry, Vincent, the vote is passed on the floor. You can bring it up in committee to argue later. So last week, I think probably this is a good angle view of where you guys were last week you had slain some hobgoblins with a timely application of a web spell and explored some very strangely arrayed hallways with regard to the hobgoblins' lair. They had apparently intended on springing a trap that bordered on the Scooby-Doo like, except for the fact that they were intent on ending your characters' lives. So you are then in this room. You have a door immediately to your north. So, gentlemen, what is your intent?
If I'm not mistaken, Grimsby listened to that door, correct? I think
Grimsby
that was the last
did.
thing we did.
Grimsby did listen at that door. Yes, he did. Okay. And Grimsby, you did not hear anything behind that door. So
I'll check.
what to do?
You hear somebody pressing their ear against this side of the door.
Yeah. What does another ear being pressed against a door sound like? But yeah, you don't hear anything in there, Grimsby.
Have we checked that door for traps?
Is my mic not working?
We hear
No,
you.
I can hear you just fine.
Now.
Sorry. New headset. Yeah, I would like to check it for traps.
Alrighty.
New headset, who dis?
Yeah.
Okay, so a little hidden roll action.
I have a 60% chance.
Grimsby, you are absolutely certain that door is not trapped.
Then I step aside and let someone else open it.
Do you want me to take it?
Droog was the backup for testing for traps, but so we kind of got an open spot right now.
I'll do it. I'll go ahead and throw it open. We'll let you guys charge in.
All right, let's have a d6 roll, if you would, please.
That succeeds.
That succeeds. That absolutely succeeds. So you force this door, and what you see then, let me click there. The room is it's shelves and tables and whatnot filled with trade goods, as well as bales and chests of trade goods stacked on the floor. It's bolts of cloth, iron tools, iron pots, miscellaneous wooden utensils, cheap glass jewelry, so on and etc. It has market value, but there is a lot of this stuff here.
Is this a quite big room? Like,
I tell you what, I will show you. Bear with me just a moment, and I will get that visible for you. Okay.
thank you.
I wonder if there's anything of like higher value in there. I mean, because like bolts of cloth and stuff can kind of be valuable, but like it depends on if they're silk or whatever.
Do we want to carry it through a dungeon?
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
I don't
no,
want
we
to carry
can get it
that
on the way
stuff. We
out.
round it up later.
I'm more curious about where there are exits because we're
Me
way
too.
off to one side and we have yet to find a way across this building.
Do you think there was? And I was wondering about this when we first came in. Do you think there's like a secret right after the entrance?
Yeah, or remember the room that we saw the ghost in over by the crazy guy side? I wonder if there's a secret door there that leads south because we found a door over here on the this side that leads south, and it's the only way south so far. And it just leads to a big long corridor with the mirror, or the secret corridor. It's like these are big long empty spaces.
You know, failing that too, there was that trap door through the roof. There might be another trap door in another location.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
But these hobgoblins. Well, I'm trying to think of where these hobgoblins came from, but they came from north of here is where their barracks are.
Right, and then we had those in that hall. They were dressed up like mummies, which were south of the right.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Let me show you. I just wanted to show off a piece real quick here. Let's go to the table cam. And yes, there are little torches in that room. So this room, this is, let me see exactly the dimensions of it. It's not huge. It is definitely not a large room. It is, it's 20 by 20. That's more or less what you see on the map, 20 by 20.
And there's an exit, like directly, kind of diagonally opposite from where we're coming in.
No, that is just a need for some
Okay.
need for some additional terrain that I didn't have the pieces for.
Are there any exits from this room?
Nope, there are not. Just the door.
So it sounds like we're doubling back. Did we ever check behind the mirror?
No, but I think we should search this room for secret passages.
Alrighty.
Maybe the elf could. Elves could, I should say.
Yeah, I could try if you want.
Wait. There are multiple elves in the party?
I thought there was an elf and a half elf.
No.
Okay, I'm the elf. Is there
Oh.
somebody else that's an elf?
Grimsby was probably remembering prior companions who were
Oh,
long
that's
They're
okay.
no longer with us.
It's
Yeah,
like they're
sorry.
still here.
Can they're accompanying us as ghosts? So can they still check?
No,
I'm-
they cannot.
Damn
I
it!
might be able to check stonework if it's stone related.
Sure. Pasta Lover, to answer your question, yes, you can watch previous episodes. You can go all the way back
Nice.
to 3 years ago when we started this craziness. And watch all previous episodes if you'd like on my YouTube channel. Just click on the live tab.
Bill,
Yes.
that reminds me, I have a request from a fan.
Mhm.
I was talking to them off to the side. This was like 2 weeks ago. If you get the chance, which I know you won't, but still, organize your Let's Play series, these series, and your Gamma World series into actual playlists for people to follow.
I will organize them as well as my studio is organized, TK. Thank you for the
Oh,
suggestion.
man.
I told,
Oh,
I
you're
told
gonna
you
go
weren't gonna
back
do
and
it, but-
and disorganize them even more.
Yeah,
Yes.
he'll shuffle them up.
I tell you what, I will do my level best. A request has been made, and I shall do my level best to honor that request. All kidding aside, if you natter me about it after the game on the in between, I will try and get to it. I promise.
Yeah, it's not for me. It was somebody. I was trying to show one of my students your games, and they're like, "Well, how can I get started? What's the first episode?" And I went, "Well, A, they're not numbered, and B, they don't have a separate playlist." So, yeah.
Just watch it all.
Yeah.
Just watch all of it.
Okay, I didn't want to, but I do have something to say about that. I was thinking about that the other day when I posted up a link to one on Twitter.
Okay.
So I went and searched the internet for whether or not that was capable to do with somebody else's videos. But as I understand it, you can create a playlist and delegate it out to other YouTube accounts, and they can put them in there for you. Your links, and it'll be on your channel.
Yes, you
So-
can.
I'll always volunteer to do something of the sort.
Sure.
Just a heads up.
Quote sort.
Yeah.
Sort. I see what you did there.
Write an AI to do it, Doom Sword. I know you can do it.
He's gonna use a bubble sort.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to give our
AI.
party in Gamma World a bubble car again.
You don't need it.
I see what you did there. And no. But anyway, well, I mean, hey, whatever artifacts come. What are you gentlemen doing? You have discovered this this room, this chamber.
Does a 2 succeed for my stonework? Because I need a 1 through 3 for pits, blocks, stone traps, and depth. It's 1 through 4 for sliding and shifting, and yeah. So does
you
2
rolled
give
a
me
2.
anything?
It would reveal anything if there were anything to find. you would be in good shape to find it. But as it is, there's nothing of note in this room, nothing unusual about its construction, no pit traps, no elevator rooms, none of the fun stuff.
No spinners, no teleporters.
No spinners, no teleporters. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, Grimsby.
Grimsby is scratching his head. His massive 9 intelligence. He is perplexed. He feels that there must be some way to go west. We're on the east side of the building. There has to be a west side of this building. So
It's a tesseract. I'll go take a look at the torches on this. They're sconced, I assume.
Yes, they're just torches on sconces, and they
Okay.
don't do anything when you examine them.
Okay, so I think we got the answer, guys.
well, the room we came in here. Remember where we had the web spell, that area going
Yeah.
further up the secret corridor. There's all along the west wall there.
Yes.
Also in the wonderful pit trap in the main hall that Grimsby found. There could be secret doors to the south there, or we could go up to the roof and find other trapdoors back down.
Now
Let us check the
will.
hallway most close to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Where we encountered the mummies. Yeah. Mummies.
Yeah, I was going to say there's the hallway where you encountered the false mummies. There is now this again. This is because of the nature of this weird map and the amount of Dwarven Forge. So along this area here to the north, that actually represents 2 separate hallways.
Okay.
And there is a door.
There's an inner hallway and an outer hallway, is what you're saying?
There exactly. There's an inner hallway you came through
Just
the
now.
secret door into. I'm sorry. There's an outer hallway that you entered through the secret door, and then there's an inner hallway that has a door just to the right of this storage room.
So it doubles back on itself, is what
Oh.
you're saying.
It loops around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be at the same width as the hallway we came down?
The secret hallway you came down was only 5 feet wide. You don't know how wide the area north of the door is.
Right, because we haven't opened it. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Alrighty. Who's going to open that door?
I can do it.
All right. D6, please, sir. Hey, Lord Coron, good to see you. You know, I wasn't going to say anything, but somebody in the chat was saying earlier. Actually, I think for Snake that because Snake's like what, strength 18 something? 17. Yeah. So that successfully opens the door. Now, this hallway you're looking down. Anyway, Coron, somebody was saying that like you didn't have the guts to throw a super chat, but I don't know. I'm kidding. Guys. I always kid Coron about supers. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Coron welcomed a little lord. Is it a lord or a lady, Coron, that you have brought into the world? But congratulations on that. So, all right. So, this
17
hallway
should work. Yeah.
Yep. So this hallway, let me describe it to you. To zoom in a little bit. I'm getting the age where I might have to grudgingly start agreeing with TK about the typeface in AD&D, but damn it, I don't want to. This corridor is unlit and thickly carpeted. It's quiet, and shadows seem to muffle any sounds the party makes. Faded blue drapes hug the walls to either side, and the carpet is a cheerless gray. Are you proceeding north?
Certainly. Is Grimsby out in front?
Yeah.
What does the carpet look like? I'll look down at it. I have I'm an elf, so
It is like it's been fairly trodden down. There's grease and dirt in it, but it looks like at one point it might have been like a gray dyed wool of some kind. I'm not sure what a medieval shag rug would be like, but it's the equivalent of that.
it doesn't look like fungus or anything of that nature, right? It looks like carpet.
So is it that fancy 70s avocado green?
Well, I mean, it's gray now. It certainly might have been, but it's gray now.
It's the earlier orange model, Tim.
If you want to poke it with something, I have a Ren sewer. You can just,
That rinser probably weighs more than Grimsby does. So
I wasn't sorry. That was the snake.
Let's poke it with
Yeah, snake. I couldn't pick it up probably with my 5 strength.
And Snake ain't no wuss. Grimsby takes the lead, and me and Snake side by side follow.
Gray mold. Who cares?
Yeah, with the fighter cleric behind us, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Fighter cleric didn't ever do anything, but sure, let's do that.
Whoa!
He can stick his pole
Hold
between
the
us.
phone
You know?
here, sir. You want to be the next one to choke to death on 3 feet of steel?
I'm kidding. I kid because I care about what
I only
have
recall one friendly fire incident over this whole time, and it was against.
And it was with a dwarf, nonetheless.
It was against TK's dwarf.
It was. It was.
That's right. We really seem to care about what we had no idea.
speaking of Lord Corion, I think he was involved.
Little bit. He's still memorialized in that artwork too.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's
Grimsby's scouting ahead down this hallway. The two burly fighters are behind him, and people coming up behind him after that. And I think this is heading north.
Right.
Okay, so
Basically back toward the bear trap, correct?
I think so.
right. So as you proceed along this hallway, and there's not much to see out there, so until you get some uncovered. As you proceed down the corridor, there is suddenly a frightened squeak at your feet, and a rat bolts across the hall and disappears into a hole in the wall. Normal rat, I should point out, not the Boston Terrier sized 1 to 4 hit point having disease. Well, this one might cause disease, but it's not stopping to chatter with you, so it bolts across the hall.
Into a hole.
Yes, and you can see other than that, other than the hole it went into, the drapes are attached to the wall at both ceiling and floor. At every 20 feet, there's a break in them where a torch bracket is mounted on the wall.
But there's no torch in the brackets, right?
There is no, correct,
Okay,
there is no
okay.
torch in the
It's
brackets.
still dark. Okay.
Right. So let me step over there, and I'm going to expose a little bit more of the terrain. Hang on just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
This sounds like a trap.
Smells
Just
like
the carpet
one.
alone makes me think trap. I don't know why that is.
That's okay.
They should have a good
I'd
cleaning
watch
crew
out
down
for
here.
those curtains.
Yeah.
But at least the hole in the wall and stuff means that, hopefully we find a way to move into the area, the questionable area, right?
Yeah.
Well, Grimsby, you check behind the curtains. I'll slice open the rug, and y'all can move into the breach. How about that?
Works for me.
And that way, if it is a trap, we're all dead.
Yeah.
TPK, TPK, TPK.
Share the victory, share the defeat.
Cash me outside.
Well, yeah. I didn't expect you to do anything, Marius. You're fine.
I'll do whatever. Yeah, I'm good for it.
Watch our backsides.
And they never saw their host again.
Nope. It's swallowed up by the Dwarven Forge. It's a mimic.
Yeah, gelatinous cube.
I just looked back at the screen and noticed Bill was up. Did he get any of that, do you think?
Probably not.
No.
All right, gents, and we are back. So let me show you what you can see here. That is looking north. This is the hallway that you've gone up, and then it turns this way, comes back to the west. You can just see the point of Grimsby's sword. Perhaps I should have chosen a taller miniature as the guidon. No offense meant to Grimsby.
He is a wee lad.
So, at any rate, going around the corner. Are you guys continuing on around the corner?
Of course.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Do we have? That's kind of a neat aerial view, but not as good as it could be. So we'll cut back. So going around the corridor. All right, looking south down that hallway as you come around and then you go south, you can see that the drapes end, although the hallway continues on at a certain point. So the drapes and the carpet end, but the hallway continues on, and that is, let me pull the map up. That is 50 feet south of the corner. However, on your immediate left, as you round the corner, is a doorway. So what to do, adventurers?
Was there
Doorway
anything
on your
straight ahead?
left.
Okay.
Yeah, you just see it. It just kind of continues on to the south.
Is there
Right,
any
for
light or
50
any-
feet, and that's what you were talking about. Sorry. That's what you were talking about, right? It ends, the curtains and the carpet end 50 feet down past the area where the door is.
Yeah, well, 30 feet down because the doorway,
Gotcha.
But the hallway does continue past where the carpet and curtains end. And you can see that it takes a left turn at the actual end of the corridor, which is some 30 feet past where the carpet ends.
Should we check this door?
Yes. Is there any light or anything coming out of that doorway?
No, there is not.
Then Grimsby will peek in. See what there is to see. Hopefully
all
not
right,
getting his head chopped off.
Give me an open doors roll, Grimsby.
Oh, there's a door. I thought she was a
Yes.
doorway. Whoops.
I'm sorry. I use those interchangeably, and
So Grimsby will ineffectually attempt to open the door. He fails.
okay.
All right. Let me see if I can open the door with your head. Yes. That's
Pick the
I
halfling up.
open on the 1 through 4.
Okay. So with Grimsby's help, you open the door. In this room, the door here is actually slightly ajar, so you don't have to hit Grimsby too hard against it. The place is filled with open barrels, old leather chests, and pieces of boards and twine. There's a small fireplace opposite the door.
It's not lit, I assume.
It is not lit, no. And I will, I can lean over there and reveal that and then show you guys a little bit more.
I wonder if someone could climb up these chimneys.
They're always good to look up, regardless, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we take a peek. I did find a nice satin pillow in one chimney, so
Well, and there was a ring in another one, wasn't there?
I think so.
Some time back.
The last chimney my players looked up got them attacked by a spider swarm. So
Good to know. At
The
least it wasn't
Gygax
sturges.
gives, and the Gygax takes away.
that was from
You too?
I think so. Yeah, the one with the spooky house, the Scooby Doo
Yeah.
mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Salt Marsh. Senator's Secret of Salt Marsh.
That.
Yep.
Yeah. That.
And
Yep.
that is actually you won.
You won. Sorry. Yeah, because it's the underwater one is the second one.
Yeah. Not a great camera angle, but you guys can see Mark's marker there. You know, I might be able to back that off a little bit since it's now not looking at half of my washing machine. So let me pan out with that a little bit.
That's a great module, by the way. I really enjoy that one.
The U series,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah. The U series, like I always tell people, look, if you're not going to start in B2 or T1, start there. It is a fantastic.
I thought there was a module about half his washing machine that I was missing.
Oh no. All
There you
right, there we go. Sorry about the presence of my camera battery breaking verisimilitude. So there is the room, gents. What will you do? What will you do?
Come out wherever you are.
So this is the biggest room we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
This is what, 30 by 30?
About that seems like.
Okay.
And it's just full of bric-a-brac.
Junk, detritus. Not even the bric-a-brac of the storage room that you saw earlier.
It's not even good enough to be bric-a-brac. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you move into a house the day after somebody moved out. It's that level of bric-a-brac.
Wow.
It's a bunch of broken Hummels.
Yeah.
Is that an exit on the south wall there on the east side?
No, that's the fireplace, right?
Oh, okay.
No. So over here, you mean?
Yes, sir.
No, those are not doors. That is literally just a very highly detailed, crafted piece of Dwarven Forge. The fire. You know what? For clarity's sake, yes, we'll say that's the fireplace is over there.
Grimsby will take a peek up the chimney.
Okay, Grimsby, you creep over there and you look up. There is a little bit of faint light shining down, but otherwise nothing.
I'll take a look out of the room and make sure nothing's coming up the hall towards us. And in fact, I'll just stand guard there.
Okay. Yeah, nothing is nothing is coming hunting for you, as it were.
So I guess our only other new choice is to head south down the corridor. We have no other unexplored areas.
Not seemingly in the middle. In the middle. No.
You know, I'm going to take a look around. You said there's barrels and stuff in here?
No, I did not.
Oh, I thought you said there was barrels and such.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, well, yeah. Let's move on, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your marching order? Just clarify for me, because I haven't asked you guys this tonight. What is your marching order?
Grimsby will be out
first.
in front. Yep.
Okay.
Right. On the flanks behind him, far enough behind, would be myself and Snake. I prefer the left flank. And then,
okay.
I guess, as long as it's 3 abreast, circumference can be in the middle between us. And then Marius would be behind him, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Duran is kind of in the center of the vanguard there, ready with a healing spell or a turn undead. He's got a couple of Cure Light Wounds handy. But otherwise, he is strangely silent. And I'm guessing Yancy is on your shoulder there. Now?
Yeah, she's gonna sit on my shoulder unless I say otherwise,
Okay.
or she decides to get off on her own.
Alrighty.
I'm not the boss of her, apparently.
All right. So Mark Grimsby's just moving down the hall, correct?
As quietly as possible.
Okay.
And keeping his eyes open.
Okay. Let me again do a little camera repositioning. I want to be able to indicate things properly.
So while he's repositioning the camera, you guys want to hear a physics joke? There actually is one.
Sure.
There's probably
Sure.
only one.
Oh, thanks. Why don't they allow
That's all
alcohol
I
at physics conferences?
Oh God.
It's not safe to drink and derive.
Oh no. A physics
I
test.
see what you did there.
I don't know. Maybe all physics jokes are dad jokes. Hard to say.
Well, actually, that's more of a mathematics joke.
Sure, but it's really all we have. So
Yeah.
it's either that or the time that everybody tells you when you work in high power physics lab, high power electronic labs, which we always have high power electronic stuff around. They'll tell you, oh, you should be careful, you'll electrocute yourself. And then there's a guy that works in the back of the lab. Yeah, you'll hit yourself every 5 years. And you don't believe him, but then every 5 years, like clockwork, you hit yourself with something. So it's never funny to like the guy that gets hit, but it's funny to everybody else.
Well, that's like, so I failed at my last job interview because I couldn't quantify. To the two people that got that joke, thank you.
Yeah, I let it go. But last time I hit myself in a high power lab, I always remind people, always ask the grad students if they've discharged capacitors.
Use a screwdriver first. That way it blows apart. And
Yeah,
leaves
if
a
I
smoke trail
remember
instead of your hand.
to. Sure.
All right. A delightfully cromulent view. So, Grimsby, as you are just strolling down the hallway, as you said you were, trying to be quiet. I understand. That is what you're focusing on. Trying to be quiet. The floor gives way under your feet.
I found a trap again.
Yes, you did find a
successful
trap
thief.
again.
right
all
after
right,
the carpet
so-
ended.
Yes, exactly
Yeah.
after the carpet ended. Grimsby, you take 5 points of damage in the fall.
Grimsby yells, ouch! He's down to 2 hit points.
Down to 2 hit points, you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well.
And then the stone falls down.
Let's see. No, that would be crass of me to just drop a rock on you as you lay there in the pit. No, let's see.
The acid jets, however.
No, it's the spikes in the bottom of the pit.
It's the
So let's
piercers.
see.
Pierce is in a room with reverse gravity. There were spikes at the bottom of the pit. You weren't.
There were spikes at the bottom of the pit.
I'm at. If I read that die right, I'm at -1.
No, that is the number of spikes that you land on.
Are they
Plus
1 hit
2.
points each?
They
plus
are
2.
they are not.
Fantastic. Just last night in a game, I had a character killed, and now I'm going to do it again.
Oof.
Whew.
Yeah, you
Yes,
Well, let's go.
Grimsby.
Oh,
Grimsby is thoroughly impaled on the spikes.
So last night, my character died. I had -27 hit points. What was the total there?
17.
17. Oh, a mere -15. That's all.
A mere minus 15 points.
So I want to
Now-
point out to everybody that's watching
We
that
were
in fifth
talking
edition
last week.
in fifth edition we could roll save and he'd still be alive.
Yeah.
Right.
Last
then
week
he's
we were
used to
talking
save
about
poison.
probably during the introductions how long Grimsby had lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it was jinxed. I was jinxed.
it was
Now-
jinxed. I can't remember for the life of me who brought up talking about
I will
what our
say-
characters look like and stuff.
Whale poop.
I will say, Grimsby, being a halfling, you do have a soul versus a spirit. So if the party finds the means, they can potentially have Grimsby raised or even reincarnated.
So
He's
level.
a smaller creature.
Maybe
So
you're right.
yes, the floor gives way beneath Grimsby, and he doesn't even have a chance to cry out. You know what, Mark? I will get. What are Grimsby's dying words?
Ow!
I regret
Oh, no
nothing.
fair halfling.
I wanted to
found
go
a
And he
Sure.
has succumbed to the wounds down there. The spike
yes.
going through the back of his head and emerging from his eye socket.
Something like that.
Whale
Me and
poop.
Murtaugh said that was the most dangerous right he's ever
Now-
heard in a long time. So
Now that said, do we want to throw a rope around him, fish him out, and try and get him rezzed? I mean, he's a relatively decent level thief.
Well, I think we need not worry about that for now. The body is not going anywhere. We shall see if we shall survive whatever is ahead, and then we will return to retrieve the unfortunate soul's corpse.
All right, Grimsby, just hang out.
Yep.
Stick around.
well,
I'll mute myself for now.
no, Mark, you can you can run to Ron. You fight as a 5th level cleric, I believe. You have a couple of cure light wounds, and of course, you can turn undead. Which Grimsby turned undead. No,
Yes.
Grimsby just turned dead. Someone was asking about the lighting, what it's supposed to be. It's just there are high-end dwarven forge pieces that have torches, have little LED bulbs with a resistor in them that will make them flicker like actual torches. The ones that have like these green orbs instead of torches, those are really, really amazing. I just didn't have a good place to use it in this setup. So.
How long is this pit, or how deep is this?
The
pit?
pit's only 10 feet deep.
Right. I mean, across. It's 10 feet across, so it's a 10.
It looks like it's a bit. It looks like it's 8 feet across, so you could probably jump it.
Shall we cross? We must avenge
Yes,
the halfling.
I think we should.
Very
All right.
well.
So who's jumping first? Just so I know.
I shall go first.
All right. Alrighty. So do you standing jump, running jump, however you do it. You get that, like you see where your feet are coming down, and that's when you see the wire that's at just below your waist level, which you hit, and there's a boing, and you're thrown backwards into the pit.
So you got slammed from in front of him?
No,
Yeah,
he
or
jumped
into
over the
a clear
pit
wire.
and hit a wire that bounced him back into the pit.
Oh,
You will take.
does Grimsby help with
Grimsby
the
gets
fall
some
damage?
extra damage from
Yeah,
me falling
yeah.
on him,
Hey,
right?
Grimsby's
No,
a little squishy.
Grimsby. You will take 2 points of falling damage. You will land on 5 spikes and suffer.
Uh-oh.
Oof. 20 points of damage. Are you still conscious?
All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So you are now aware that there's a wire at about waist height. It's very thin and black painted, but it's there. And there's
Can we disarm that? I can climb up the other side. Give me a moment to heal my wounds.
all right. You gonna do lay on hands?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
I avert my eyes.
Okay. Alrighty, so you lay on hands and you managed to heal many of your wounds, and you may now climb out of the pit as you like.
All right,
Should-
so it's not a
should
big
we
deal to
get-
climb out.
Grimsby out before you get up here.
Whoa. So
Well,
wait a
I
second,
could grab him and throw him up.
I had to step away. Is Grimsby alive?
No,
No.
Oh, somebody else fell in.
he
Okay.
fell in the pit,
I
and
fell
there were
in.
spikes.
It's the pit of despair.
It really is.
I got one cure
On
light
the other
wounds left.
side of the pit, there was a tripwire at something strong at waist level. I jumped into it, and it elastified me back into the pit, whereupon I landed on a bunch of spikes, and then laid on hands, and I'm in the process of climbing out.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah.
If we leave this, Grimsby probably won't be here. Maybe his corpse will be here. The rest of Grimsby won't be here. Right?
So how wide is this thing? It's like 30 feet.
Yeah, the pit's as wide as the hall, so it's 10 feet wide, but it's only 8 feet edge to edge, front to back, if you will.
I hate to do this, but I think we'd ought to grab Grimsby, go back to town, and get what we need to get across that without killing the entire party.
Well,
I mean-
town
Well,
is like a
perhaps when I
week.
climb.
Town is like a fortnight journey away.
If the
Perhaps I
spirit of
climb
Grimsby
up,
can talk. Yeah. If he climbs up the other
and
side,
perhaps I can cut this line.
Yeah, I mean, once you climb up, you can see the wire strung across. It's a little slack now because a 180-pound plate mail clad fighter ran into it. But yeah, it would still impede anyone else trying to jump over.
Right. Does it look like the wire? Is it mounted to protrusions coming out of the wall, or does it go straight into the wall? Or
It just goes straight into the wall.
Um,
There may be bolts that have been mortised over.
why not just
Right.
attach a grapple to it, or take the hook of my Rensewer and use it to just climb up?
well, I can climb up. That's no problem. It's a matter of you guys getting across. So I do have a rope that I can tie off to it.
Okay.
I don't know how strong this is. Now, on the other hand, you can climb down the pit carefully, climb back up around, and we can all go under the wire. Or I can tie my rope off to it, or I can hack it to pieces with my sword.
Did we not have a rope of climbing in the party?
oh yes,
Duran has one.
pulls out of his back. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
I,
yes.
I was in my own thoughts, and he starts
okay.
fishing the. I can fish the wire across the rope across the pit, if that would be helpful.
Yes, you can absolutely use the rope of climbing to fashion a line to get you across the pit. And again, with Durek pointing it out, you are able now to avoid the wire trap. Just for my edification, I don't want to start a debate or discussion amongst players. Are you guys taking or leaving Grimsby's body?
Well, I mean, we can come back for it. The fact of the matter is that it's a send night back to town. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to take him to rot over in where the crazy guy is, or we can let him rot on the road, but we have to leave. But perhaps we'll find something here that's actually helpful.
Yeah.
That's of assistance. I mean,
Well-
but I'm up, personally, as the player to do anything anybody would like to do. The paladin feels we must move on.
I think we should
There's
to
more
get him
to
out of the
advantage.
pit, but leave him here and get him on our way out.
May he not be safer in the pit? I worry that the rats will chew on his corpse.
Okay, we'll leave him in the pit. Leave him there as a warning to the rats.
This is what we do to our friends.
Exactly.
All right. So after the pit, the hole goes another 20 feet and then turns sharply to the left.
I suppose we'll proceed.
All right. So you head down the hallway, which does that little jog there. Hang on, and I will show that to you.
Yeah, that sucks, Mark.
Yeah, Vincent, we don't have a bag of holding. I'm pretty sure Grimsby would be
Yeah,
upset.
been
if you tried
there
to
and
put it
done
in there.
that. Bought the shirt.
It was too small.
Yeah, I just don't wear it because I've got like 4 of them and they're all the same. So
None of them ever wear out because you constantly have new ones.
yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, resurrection or whatever is, but we have a logistical problem dealing with that. I imagine,
No,
being
it
that
makes sense.
we got so far to go.
Yeah. No, I don't care. Like, I like playing Grimsby, but it happens. You
Well,
know, Grimsby-
we have what,
Grimsby
10
was
years
being-
to resin?
I was being an incautious player, and my character paid for it. Should have been checking for traps. I thought this whole corridor was trapped. Wasn't checking.
Right. And then I jumped across. I didn't expect that other trap. That was pretty devious.
That was a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
And if I hadn't had so many hit points, I would have ate it too.
it's kind of like the pit trap we got at the beginning when we got into the building, where opening the door caused a pit trap behind to open.
Right.
So Grimsby was safely in the back, and one of you all opened the door and he fell into a pit.
Mm-hmm.
Grimsby's 2 for 2 in finding the pit traps.
Vroog found a bunch of them.
So one trap that almost sliced you in your other character in half.
Yeah. And then the spiking door that would get opened and the door would spike out, it'd have spikes in it and slap me in the body in the face. That was fun. I only got hit by that like 3 times.
Yeah, we kept forgetting about it. You kept opening it.
Yeah.
Same door. Same trap.
Yeah, it was very much in a Looney Tunes episode of the Sessions here.
Yeah.
Thank you,
We could take Grimsby's body and throw him at things we think are trapped.
Yeah, you could use them to check for traps down the corridor. Just keep lobbing them forward.
Hey, if you can find someone who can cast True Resurrection, it's not so much of a mess. All right, so as you round the corner there, what you see before you is you have a door on your immediate left, which I will point that out here. There's a door there. Should not be a door there. That is a misconstruction of mine. There is just open hall going west, but there is a door there on your left as you go south.
So there's a doorway down a hallway to the right and a door to the left.
Correct.
Okay.
Guys, I got to jump off for a work thing. Mark, you can run Snake, and if you get him killed, that's fine.
Okay.
Tim, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Yeah, I apologize for jumping in the middle. I got a system crash. I got to go take.
No, hey man,
Good luck.
real life comes first. Good luck,
I got
brother.
cocky earlier. I was picking on somebody for that, so I should.
Dave's fault.
All right.
Right.
All right.
Take it
Love
easy.
you to pieces, Tim. Be well. Okay. So Tim's system unfortunately failed its save versus crash. Okay. So you have a door to the left. You have a hallway that continues on to the right is what you see when you enter that room. Vincent says Grimsby is a trap magnet. That is kind of his job. So what will you guys do?
So Mark, you got Grimsby and Snake now. I mean,
Duran and Snake, yeah.
now. Yeah, Snake's way better at opening doors than me.
Yeah, okay.
And then, of
yeah,
course,
I think it's like about a
Circumference can
D4,
open 'em.
4 on a 6. So
Yeah, 1 through
he gets
4 on a
the-
6.
Oh wow, his strength is that high. Cool.
Yes.
Success.
Well, regardless, I mean, heck, Grimsby could have done that. So you force this room, and what is in this room? All right. This room is filled with the smell of wet wood. On the floor in the southern end of this room are 4 large tuns stood on end with removable wooden lids. Each tun is fitted with a spigot near the bottom. There's also a stack of 4 wooden buckets with rope handles. On the south side of this room, there is a railing and a set of steps leading downward to the east.
What do you think are the odds that one of those tons is concealing a secret door?
I
Or
will
a water
point out,
weird, or gelatinous cube, or green
I will
slime.
point out that one of the tons is let me see. I will go to table cam and I'll try to adjust that a little bit so you guys can see the room. But I will point out one of the tons, the spigot is rusted and corroded. The others are of like brown iron or something like that, and they look like they've been used, but one of the tons has a rusted spigot. So let me just dash over there real quick, and I will reveal the room to you guys.
So one of them has the wine that turned to vinegar, or nastier stuff.
Oh, vinegar would actually strip frost off, but yeah, I see your point.
Damn.
So it looks like I'm reviewing your prior map, Mark, and it looks like we're about pretty close to halfway along from east to west. In
Yeah,
the southern
maybe.
area that we were questioning.
Yeah.
Right, but this door turns back in toward the east.
It seems
right?
it seems to be south of the room where we did the web. So we
Right.
came down a long corridor with a mirror. Seems to be opening into the south of that area.
Oh, so
Or-
even further south then.
Yeah, I think
right.
so. If I'm looking at the Dwarven Forge correctly, and
You know, this is just quite trapped quite a bit, and we have
Right.
quite no capability to find traps at this point. So
anyone can find traps.
yeah, you find them the hard way.
Yeah, plus
Anyone
you have
can
a
find
brownie. There's a magical creature, noble of the fairy type.
But can she find traps? I don't think she can.
Anyone.
I have no idea.
Anybody can find traps. I agree, but yeah.
Anyone can
So-
find traps. There was no thief class in original D&D, the first core books, guys know. Usually it was resigned to a trap is found on a 1 through 6.
Right. So we've got the weird ton in here, right? Or the one with the weird spigot. And then
Correct.
we've got a staircase leading down toward the east, like down to a lower
That is
level.
correct, and it is, just for the sake of clarity, where you see the torch flickering.
Yeah.
That is the side of the room that the staircase leading down is on. Lord Corin, yes, exactly. She can once.
Should we proceed back down that hallway first?
I don't want to
what's behind
defend. Yeah.
This room had a smell of wet wood.
Of wet wood, exactly. There is dampness in here, and you see a little like water stains on the floor in front of the tons, that sort of thing.
Anything
Let's check down
particular in front of the 1 ton that
No,
has the weird spigot?
nope.
Well, I'm not touching that thing anyway.
So the lids have handles, or
Yes, the lids do have handles.
maybe use the ransuer and lift the lids. From
I mean,
a
I can do
distance?
that. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Lighting on that room, I just realized, is not great. My apologies. But anyway, yes, you can hook the lids with the ransuer. Takes a little bit of leverage there, but you lift each of them off, and nothing happens.
No different smells.
No.
What, is there nothing left for us here? It's time to move on.
Well, maybe,
I mean,
perhaps you
it-
should go
it-
check the one with the
Yeah, you
strange spell.
guys are like 9 feet away from these. away from
9
these
feet
things.
safe though, compared to right in your face.
Yeah.
Clearly, you have an alchemical background.
I mean,
what's
I'll
the
go check-
weird spigot again? What's weird
Yeah,
about
I'll
it?
go check the one that's rusted.
Okay.
What's that?
In the bottom of that ton, you can see it's like 4/5 of the way full of water. It's almost like you kind of got to pull yourself up to look in it. Like you dwarf could get down in there and very easily be immersed. But there is a sack in the bottom of that ton.
So you're saying he could climb in there and maybe roll down a river?
No, those are the ones with apples.
$5 says it's either a gelatinous cube or an ochre jelly. Who wants to take bets?
I say the Ransour
I'll
can find
bet
out.
either way, but yeah, just grab it.
So, Snake will look in the other ton while we're.
Snake,
check
you,
out-
you glance in them and they're just full of clear drinking water. Well, you presume it's used for drinking, but
Why don't we open
Yeah,
the spigot
scoop
and
out
drain?
a hand of it. Does
why
it
don't
seem
we?
pretty pure?
yeah, it's
Well, hold up. So Snake has superior strength like I do, right?
uh-huh.
Just have him knock off the spigot. You're right, Mark.
Yeah, just open it up. Whatever. Either
Then
way.
Well,
it
it-
floods the room with
Yeah,
us.
if it's
How,
rusted, I don't know if it'll open.
how big is this ton? Ton's like 300 gallons or something?
Yeah, they're big. Like I said, the dwarf had to kind of pull himself up on it. This is not, your nail barrel that you can get at
Snake will go to the the rusted spigot and try to turn it, and if not, he'll lean back and kick it off.
Okay, give me a D6 roll for Snake then.
Okay. He said if I killed his character, it'd be fine. I rolled it. 2.
Yeah, Snake just smashes his boot into it and gets a flooded boot as a reward. I mean, like, there is just a deluge that comes out where he kicks that spigot in. But yeah, the water is rapidly draining out onto the floor, and in just a few minutes, the entire floor is awash. And so that ton empties out fairly quickly.
Then we
I
can.
say we kick them all over.
I was saying there's a sack in this one. Why don't we get the set? Why don't we get the money out?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can.
Grimsby
for
would
it.
want us to get the treasure.
I'll
Indeed, he
I'll
would.
yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll go fishing for sacks here, and I'll just scoop it out with the Ransour.
Okay. The bag is rotted and it does break, but you can, the hole that Snake just put in there, you can stick your arm in and scoop out. There are 20 gold pieces, a gold ring, and a large gem. Indeed, Grimsby would have wanted this. No, he literally would have wanted it. He would have been like, give me that.
I'm going to
A
open
large
spigots and release all this water.
Okay.
The
It's
room
jetting
fills up
out.
to the
It's going a lot slower than when Snake. I keep almost slipping up and saying Grimsby. When Snake bashed in the spigot of the one, but yeah, it's draining out. Some of it's flowing down the stairs. Just running off to the right, going down those stairs. But
I think that will do for now in disrupting the water supply. Perhaps we investigate the hallway.
Yeah, let's do the hallway before we go downstairs,
all right.
so nothing's coming up behind us.
Vincent wants to know if anyone knows Grimsby's final wishes. Not to fall on a bunch of spikes and die.
That's mainly not to die is his final wish.
Yes. All right. So you are heading back down the hallway, which again, I will be more than kind enough to show you guys, more than happy enough rather, to show you guys.
What's Snake's weapon?
He has a longsword. I believe he has a +1 longsword.
Okay.
And then, plate mail armor and a shield, as I recall.
Yeah, he got the magical plate mail. I got the magical shield.
I got a magical dagger.
Yeah, I think he has a magical sword. I know I do.
He does also have a magical dagger because Grimsby had an extra, so he gave it to somebody, whoever wanted it. So Snake took it. But it was just
So
a
now Circumference has 2 magic
Alrighty,
swords.
let's see here.
No, I have one.
You grab?
Remember,
Is that the one you grabbed? Off that
So this
No.
hallway goes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This
Right,
hallway
you need to make
goes
sure to handle that.
around the corner, and it terminates in a closed door. Gentlemen, what will you do? What will you
Would
do?
one of you like to open it?
We should listen at the door.
I can go
Oh,
ahead
I
and
guess I'll
open it,
listen.
but yeah, I don't know.
You do not hear anything through the
Snake
door.
kick it in.
All right. Give me an open doors roll. That is sufficient. Snake forces the door open, and I will remove. There's unfortunately there's not much to see. I don't really have a terrain piece built for that, so you guys will just have to use your imaginations. So bear with me again another moment.
Okay.
So, wonder what's going to be behind the door number 1.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That is actually perfect. That is an fantastic angle. Let me describe the room to you guys as you see it here. It is not as empty as the terrain out there. As I said, I didn't really get a chance to build it out. Beyond the door is an eerie sight, a long, large terraced room, a narrow passage running through the center of the room with raised stone platforms set in a series of 3 large steps to either side at both ends. On these steps sit dozens of humans, men and women both, and even some children, staring into space while dark shadows curl about their near-naked forms. These creatures are bound to the walls by neck chains, but do not appear to be struggling in the least. They don't seem to notice you guys at all. Scraps of torn clothing are tossed about the room, and there are cloaks and blankets hanging on the walls. They are simply sitting and staring into space.
So, but they're shadows?
Yeah.
Are they mobile shadows? Or they're looking at shadows that are natural shadows? Or we can't tell from this distance?
It's hard to tell.
Okay, so the people don't notice us. Do the shadows notice us?
If they do, they don't pay you any mind.
Okay.
Is that a door on the right or some sort of
Yes, that is
piece?
all the way at the ends. You think you see a door.
Okay.
Nordic Maelstrom's talking about Kabuki, says, I can be bribed not to join. Not me. I've had a good run. All right.
Bill, I didn't quite understand part of the description. Is this room steps leading up to the edges or steps leading up to the center of the room?
It is steps leading up to the center. picture in your mind almost like a stadium. You know, you've got the tiers of seats.
Yeah.
But there's 3 tiers, and the stadium floor, if you will, is only about 5 feet wide.
Okay, and so we came in a door. We'd have to go up the tiers to get to the top.
Well, you'd have to go down as you crossed it, and then. But yes,
sorry.
It's a small coliseum, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
it's-
basically in
it's-
one of the
yeah.
end zones.
The centers suck. It's like a pit group in the old 70s houses, right?
Yeah.
Conversation.
And
pit.
the people chained to the walls are in that center channel, or they're along.
They're sitting on the tiers.
Right, and dozens of them or something.
Yes.
Let me take a moment to divine from my God. I'll attempt to detect evil in an area directly, in front of me.
Okay. So yes, there is a figure standing all the way near the far western door, which is where you're standing. You can just detect with your detect evil. There is an evil figure there.
Some sort of presence. Basically, I mean, I guess we can't really.
Oh no, you can see now when you look. There's a hobgoblin just kind of standing there with a blank expression on its face.
Look there, a hobgoblin.
And he is just he's looking right at where you guys are. I will put the miniature on the table if you want, but yeah, he is literally just slack-jawed, staring straight ahead.
I shall vanquish this evil.
He's entranced. He's on drugs. There's something in the air.
I think there's something about that statue or whatever.
There's a statue.
Oh no, that's Durek's miniature.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm charging this guy. Screw it.
All right. So
good old paladin.
Well, you can't charge. You can walk over there. If you charge, you'll run. All right.
I'm making haste.
Okay, you are making haste over there.
Snake grumbles and moves into the room behind him.
Okay.
We'll work together on getting.
Is there
But
anyone not moving into the room? What about Duran? What about Marius?
I'm not staying in the hallway. I'll watch the hallway, but I'm not staying in there by myself.
So you're stepping into the room.
That's right. Yeah.
Duran will step in and take a look at the nearest prisoner and tranced person and see if he can, slap. The good old movie. Snap out of it.
You slap their faces. They just kind of move a little bit and keep staring ahead. The only movement you're getting out of them is a blink. Are
they staring at a particular? Are they all like staring at one
straight
thing?
ahead? They are staring straight ahead. All right, those of you moving across the room, let's see. As you approach him, there is something happening. I'm going to need some saving throws from you guys.
Of course.
Alrighty.
What flavor?
I am checking here.
Snake
I
is
read
a
this
figure
today
five.
and it went right out of my head because I got.
Anybody know what level Snake is?
Snake is fighter 5 or 6.
It's
He's
the same.
five.
It's the same band on saving throws, so that's all I need to know.
All right.
And Duran is a 5. Okay, so
Okay, so save versus spells, please. Save versus spells, rings, and of course your paladin ability, Durek, will factor into this.
Is everybody saving?
Just those who have moved into the room and started to move to the other side. So
Okay,
let's
so
see.
do I get a bonus from his paladin ability or no?
You're moving with him. So you you guys said you were moving together. So I'm going to say that yes, Durek and will extend that to everyone. So
Is it a +1 or a
Alright.
+2?
Actually, wait, no, that is protection from
That's just from
evil.
evil, right?
Yeah, that's protection from evil. So that's +1. Durek gets a natural +2. So
That's
Okay.
correct.
so +1 for Durek and Snake.
Yeah, I passed 22 total.
Okay, well,
Mine is a miss.
Yours is a miss. Okay.
Okay. Duran and Durek, both the yellow is Duran, failed, and 12 also failed. They both failed.
Okay, so Duran,
Damn.
Snake, and Durek, there is evil beyond you in this room, and you need to be as far away from it as you can possibly get right now. This is the 90s jump scare, jump cut fright thing, the one frame inserted in 30 in the film that causes you to panic and bolter. So Duran, Snake, and Durek are running for the exit. Let's see. Yancey and of course Marius, you guys are not close enough. You hear, you almost feel it, Circumference, this sort of keening that seems to pitch up from a low rumble before your friends lose heart and charge out of the room.
Can Marius cast Charm Person on those guys as they try to leave?
We would need to roll initiative, and they would get saves because they just want out.
Yeah, they're not friendly here on this.
Yeah, in this circumstance, they are not friendly. I tell you what, it's probably best if we take actions. Durek, fear has a hold of you. Your God gave you common sense, and your common sense is telling you to get away, that this is beyond you. Snake just mutters something about his life not being worth whatever the hell is in this room. And same thing with Duran. He's like, I got common sense. I'm not dying in here. The hell with this.
I left my socks a mess back there.
All right. So, Circumference, what are you doing? Your friends are fleeing the room.
Do I think if I cast Silence to stop the keening it would help, or has the effect already taken hold?
That is a good question. Now your friends are already affected. It might stop any additional effects. But if you want to hit yourself with Silence, you certainly can. Is that what you're doing in this round?
Well, you said there's this keening, right?
Yes.
Can I tell
Can't
where
quite
it's
tell
coming
where
from?
it's coming from. It's just sort of around, sort of an ambient hum. Yes, something like that.
Sorry, that was the sound of my brain processing.
I know.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, why not? I'll cast Silence on myself. 15.
All right,
radius.
so you're gonna hit yourself with Cylons, 15-foot radius. Okay. Let's start at the top of the order, and Dooms, roll initiative, please. That is a 1. And since Marius is trying to oppose them with Charm Person, have Marius roll, please.
Okay.
I just made these dice too.
That is a 4. Okay, so how many segments is Charm Person?
Charm Person is 4 segments.
4 segments.
And
Now
it
we need.
affects only one person. So
Okay, who are you casting it on?
who's running towards me?
Duran, Durek, and Snake.
Shit.
No, that's a power word, but that's not what you're casting.
Word shit. Yeah, I guess.
Command, yeah.
Yeah, I. It's in our best interest to have probably Durek
Okay.
for this. So
All
that's
right,
who I'm gonna focus.
So Durek was here. I'm gonna have to place Durek where he would have been.
I wonder if that high-pitched noise is like that noise that supposedly teenagers can hear and older people can't. So it's
That's
like,
why I didn't run.
Yeah.
That reminds me. I just did that hearing test kind of thing,
Yeah.
and I'm only my hearing is only 1 year worse than my actual age.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
You don't have whole frequencies you can't hear?
I do. Anything below
not that
anything
old
below
yet.
the age of anything below the age of 31, I can't hear. Basically, so I have a whole that whole younger range I can't hear anymore.
Yeah, I have frequencies in the regular audible spectrum that I can't hear.
Okay.
Marshall Stacks blew my stuff out long ago.
Yeah, I learned really quickly to wear earplugs to concerts after I think what was it? I didn't wear them to Pink Floyd, but then that was outside. That wasn't that bad. I did not wear them to REM and Driving and Crying, and I think there was one other show. I think Henley. I didn't wear them to Don Henley, but after that, I was just like, yeah, my ears are ringing this morning, so let's. And I mean, you don't think of REM, Driving and Crying, or Don Henley as exactly being ear-shattering experiences, but the next show I went to, which I think was Metallica, I'd have to double check, earplugs, and boy was I glad to have them.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so Durek, you get to about here. Give me a save versus spells for Durek.
All right.
Okay, Durek, you are running past your very best friend in the world, Marius Easel. Marius is he's really the glue that holds this party together. I mean, what are you? You're just a swordsman, but give me a 2-hit roll for Durek, please. Is that showing up as a 10 or a 3? I can't see.
It's a 3.
The camera. Okay, you reach out to grab your best friend's collar because he can't stay here. If you can't stay here, your best friend surely won't survive here. But you can't grab him, so you just keep on running. It breaks your heart that your best friend is going to stay in here and have to face that alone, but. It's bad.
I thought he
yell as
charmed
he
me.
walks by. I'm like, calm down. We're all right.
All right. Well,
So the charm wasn't effective.
no, the charm was effective. He's your best friend.
Right. He couldn't convince me otherwise.
But yeah, it's too dangerous. Meanwhile, your slight pause gives Snake and Duran just enough time to get past you. So they're beating feet out of here as quickly as they can. Silence 15-foot radius circumference. It goes off around you. That stops suddenly. You can feel kind of like your skin is almost tingling, but you can't hear a sound anymore. So we'll consider it a new round. What is What Durek, so that was one. Well, this is the first round of the fear spell upon you. What are you doing? Well, you're under the effects of fear. You just want the hell away. So you're running back out in the hallway. I'll give you a little bit of choice. Do you want to flee into the water room and down the flight of stairs where it might be safe? Or do you want to flee up a hallway? And if so, do you want to go up the secret hallway where the hobgoblin mummies were and then break back out in the main hallway and go that way? Do you want to run around?
Well, I certainly don't want to run into the pit trap.
Okay.
So
all right. So you're
I
going
suppose
up
I'm gonna have to go into that room and down the stairs, evidently.
Okay. Well, I'm not telling you have to, because you can go up the secret door hallway where the mummies were. You can flee that way.
Oh, so I don't have to go past the pit trap?
No, you don't have to go past the pit trap. I'm just saying you have several directions you can flee, and I was just curious which one you were going to flee.
Yeah, the closest, whatever. I'll run it. Maybe it'll knock some sense into me. I'll run into that first room with the staircase going down and run down.
Okay, all right. So you're ass over tea kettle. That is where you're heading, but again, it will come to initiative. Kevin, what is Marius Easel doing?
I'm going to yell for those that are still not fleeing. I guess it's one person's not fleeing. I'll say we need to get our friends. They're likely going to run into peril.
He's covered by silence.
If you're yelling at me, I'm silenced. I can't.
Well, I mean, until I figure that out, I'm going to run. I'm going to chase. I'm going to chase Dirk and the others.
Dirk, something is chasing you.
Your best friend's chasing you.
I'll hack his head off.
All right. A furtive glance over your shoulder shows that finally Marius has common sense has overcome Marius. So
he has seen the light.
Okay, so
So who's left in there?
Duran and Snake will be running.
Yes.
I will say that Snake does not go into the water room, so he goes up the secret hall. But Duran does in fact go down.
Okay. So yeah.
And Circumference is standing there in the room with the silence.
Quietly, yes.
All right. So go ahead, Circumference.
Okay, I haven't declared an action yet.
That's right. I was coming to you.
I'm gonna let because there's nothing I can do for my friends in this situation, but
not at the moment.
I'm gonna check out that door and see if that door is locked.
The door is not locked. You gotta walk past the hobgoblin, who's just like staring straight ahead. He's got a fine cloak over his shoulders, but other than that, he seems fairly normal. But that door is not locked.
Okay.
So we've gone through 4 of the check parts for 6 for TPK.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that's correct. Is there anything I can wedge under that door to wedge it closed? Anything around me?
Oh yeah, I'm assuming you have python spikes, anything like that. You can.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, there we go. I was on mute. I'm gonna pin that door closed.
All right. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you can do it with a couple of coins even if you want. Okay, so you're wedging that door shut. Let's try and get some actions here. Let's roll initiative and Mark, roll initiative, and then Kevin can roll initiative if you're trying to.
I'm still trying to convince people to stop running if I can.
All right.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay, so you are able to shout to Durek as he gets out in the hall. You hit him with Charm Person. or rather he gets to the door, you hit him with charm person, and then you're able to shout to him as he's like trying to grab you and run past. What do you say to Durek to try and delay him before he bolts into the water room?
I say, Derek, there's no reason to run. There's nothing to be afraid of. And please help me with these others.
That's just what the scary things would tell you.
I would love to, friend Marius. The evil is too great.
Okay. So back in the room, you've got the door wedged. So this is round 2. What do next?
And I assume I'm correct in that I can't really listen to anything he has to say, correct?
It's not gonna, it's not gonna give you a saving throw.
I'll just keep
Right.
chasing him.
Okay. So yeah, you go running downstairs. Let me describe what you see as you go running downstairs.
Does anyone actually have a light source?
I have
I could see in the dark,
Duran-
but
Duran
doesn't help
does
others.
not. However, I believe Snake has a magic sword.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so it glows
Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it lights up like a 30-foot radius. The underground passage continues for 30 feet, then ends in a small circular room. In the center of the room is a circular stone well with a cable drum for drawing up water. It's turned into like the last act of The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what's going to come up out of that well at you. There's no exit here.
Well, I suppose I turn around and run back up the stairs and back down the hallway. Then.
Okay. So yeah,
So I'm like
your
in the
best friend
blue.
is between you and the exit. So Kevin, what is Marius Easel doing?
I'm going to try to grab him, not harshly, but so I can speak to him face to face.
All right, so you're going to grapple him.
Yeah, this is going to go well with my 5 strength.
roll percentage dice.
Splat.
This is worse than any trap so far. Let's see. Those are the percentage dice. 26.
Right. 26. Okay. Let's see.
Well, I failed
So
my
this-
bend bars lift gates roll.
So this is grappling. All right. Opponents. What is Durek's strength?
That would be a 12.
Okay. You know what? With a strength of 5 and Durek's strength and everything else considered, we're just gonna say that you've got him around the waist. Like you just kind of try and grab him, but Durek, you can counter. Yeah, he's got a hold of you. What are you doing? And yes, for those of you out in the audience who are curious, we are using the AD&D unarmed combat rules. They actually work okay. So
Well, if he's wrapped around me, it seems reasonable that, I guess he wants to get out too, so I'll just drag him along with me.
I'll tell Yancey to try to talk him out of continuing running as I'm holding him.
Okay, yeah, Yancey the brownie, who is not your best friend, is just this little sprite that sits on the magic user's shoulder, is yelling at you.
Come, Dune! Come, Dune!
Doom is right. Flee.
It did sound like she said, "Come, doom,"
indeed.
All right.
which is what we think is going to happen. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely-
While this comedy is going on, at this point, gosh, let's see. So that's
I'm
Yeah. Well, so tell me what circumference is doing, because you're not affected by any of this.
Yeah. I'm gonna coup de grace that hobgoblin before I move back to see exactly what mess my friends are in.
Okay.
You said he's in a fancy cloak. I can take that off him while I'm at it.
Sure. Yeah. You shank him. There's no problem. Roll initiative, please.
Sure.
You just killed their best friend.
2.
All right.
Yeah, but like they're all chained to the wall. What can they do?
Depends on how long.
A
the chains
1.
are.
Okay. You catch a movement of what looks like dark cloth. You think maybe somebody standing along the wall has just hurled a cloak at you. Like there is a circular cloak that someone has flung towards you. What do you wish to do? You will act before it will. Or before it can hit you, rather.
You're soon to be 3 sheets to the wind.
Someone? Where are they? Did I see from where?
No, you don't. This thing is blocking you and whatever the section of wall that was behind it. So
I see. Can I dive in under it?
Yeah, if you want to try and move past it, absolutely.
Dive.
I mean, it's just, a lunge, effectively.
It shifts as it's fluttering down towards you and tries to follow your movements.
I know what this is now.
And it's
Cloaker.
Staying in the air. There's no one on the wall threw it at you. It just literally came off the wall towards you.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, I mean you're kind of in melee range.
If I can reach it, I'll attack it.
Okay, let's roll initiative then for the new round.
Sure.
Bill has to use something from MM2.
It's in the module.
Yeah, this is where that MM2 entity came from.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Mark can play a Kender?
I will come to your house and shoot your porch light out. All right. Circumference, you parkour. You are literally like Agent Smith dodging this thing. You're like Neo as it tries to flutter onto you again, and it's sort of flapping around, hissing, and it's horrible because like a ring of eyes, like this perfect ring of golden eyes, open up on its whatever side is facing you. So you may strike at it if you wish.
Alrighty. Let's give a. There we go. That's not bad. 16. That's before math. So
yeah,
I presume that'll hit.
Almost certainly. Let me double check.
I mean, with math, that's plus 3.
Yeah, that's like a 19.
Which is a 19 for a 5th level fighter. That's AC -3.
Yeah, you absolutely hit it.
All right, and then this will be +4. All right. Wait, is it medium or large size?
That's actually a good question. I actually have to look its stats up. Let me make sure I can easily get back to this page. Okay.
Yeah, if it's medium, it takes 8.
It's large.
Okay, well then, let's see if it takes more than 8. No, it takes 7.
It takes 7. Okay, all right. You think you got it, and then it kind of wriggles off the end of your weapon. You can't quite do that much damage to it. All right, so I know what it's doing in the new round. Mark. So let's see. That was 1. So this is 2. I'm gonna say that your friends that Snake and Duran, you have fled out and up the hall to the north. You guys are going back into the hobgoblin areas that you guys cleared, desperate to find an exit.
Well, we
So
know where the exit is. If we get to the bear room, we can go down that hall, avoiding the pit trap, out the double doors.
okay, all right. That is okay. So it will take you. Yeah, it'll take you a full turn to get to those doors from where you are, making sure that you don't die in the process. Durek, you are about halfway behind them. Back in the Cloaker duel. Let's go ahead and fight this battle against the Cloaker. So, Kevin, actually, I'm sorry, Durek, you're slowed down considerably because your good friend is hanging on to you for dear life. Clearly, you've got to get him out of here too.
I must.
He's obviously as afraid as you are and needs you to carry him out.
He's so afraid he can't even walk.
Exactly. It's horrible. It's terrifying. He can't make it out. All right. Roll initiative for me again, please, if you would, TK.
Sure. I thought the Cloaker's effect only lasts for like 3 rounds, though.
A 1. All right. A 6. Okay. It is lashing out, like kind of uncurling from its folds. It has a long prehensile tail that has a nasty mace head looking bony protrusion.
Yep.
So it is lashing at you with that first. What is your armor class?
1.
Has to hit AC 1. It might have gotten you. I need to look. I know what its hit dice is. The charts only work if they're both on the same screen. So yeah, it brains you with its mace-like tail, and it inflicts 6 points of damage. And it does not envelop you in its folds.
Already.
All right, counter attack.
Okay, let's have a look. See. Yep, that'll still hit.
Yeah, that is going to hit. Roll some damage, please.
And then this will be a +4. All right, so 8.
8. So you've done 8 and 7. Okay. Mark, you guys are running through the bear room.
Okay.
At this point, you are just making it to the bear room. Durek, you're slowed a little bit because your good friend that you're saving from this hell nightmare of fear and horror is hanging on to you, clinging on to you for dear life. Roll initiative for me, please, if you would, Circumference. Well, I got a 6, so it will attack you first. So it rears back with its tail again. And actually does not hit you with the tail. That is just a miss for it. Actually, I'm sorry. No. That is not what... Well, you know what? I did that. I did it anyway. I'm not going to retcon it.
It was going to try and bite instead, I presume.
Yes. Well, no, it is going to try and bite you, but I was not intending to have it melee. It does, however, bite you and inflicts 6 more points of damage.
I can't keep taking damage.
Okay, but it does not try, even though it flutters over and bites you and swings its tail at you, it does not immediately try to envelop you. So go ahead and make your attack. That's a hit.
I'm still probably dead here, but we'll see. Yep, 7 again.
7, so 7, 7, 8. Okay. You have just you're about halfway up the hall to the bear room. The little brownie is begging with you.
Please stop, Mr. Swordman.
And Marius is yelling something at you too. So roll initiative for me, circumference, please.
Sure.
6 again. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me see now. It is going to okay, suddenly there are 2 of, well, no, it's there are 3 of them, just like 3 of them spring into existence, and they're all kind of flapping away from you. So that it is, they are trying to get away from you. Mark.
Yes.
Duran and Snake are at the double doors.
Okay.
They are closed. What will you do?
If we're still under this fear compulsion, Snake will kick them open.
All right, give me an open doors roll for Snake.
2.
That is sufficient. Snake kicks the doors open. 1 moment, please.
Uh-oh. He grabbed minis off the shelf.
Yeah, between the fryer and the frying pan.
That's not a good
whatever.
sign.
It's only 14 ogres.
At least maybe it'll snap me out of this fear BS. I should have kept the dice I had, but I was like, you know what? I'll modify them a little bit, make them yellow.
I find the dice in this DD dice, like, they're all a little hard to read. So I've gone for like the white on black and the yellow one.
Right.
Because Grimsby used 2 weapons, so I need to have an extra one. They're the only ones that seem easily visible.
The red and gold aren't too bad for me. The most visible ones really are Bill's blue and white ones.
Yeah. I don't like the blue and white ones because it has that weird 1-7 problem.
Yeah.
1-7.
Yeah.
Those are purple, right? Like, I'm not like some sort
No,
of weird
yeah,
color
it's
blind,
weird, right? They show up on my screen as purple, but when I see them on Bill's roller, like here in show, it looks almost blue. Then again, my retinas are damaged, so I'm a bad judgment.
I'm in team purple in this case. Marius has the blue ones, I think.
Yeah, I have blue and white, and it's the same.
They're pretty visible too.
It's the same reason. My Gamma World dice are, toxic green and black, because not because of it associated with Gamworld, but because I could read them.
Yeah.
So
Gotta read the damn things.
all of my
Okay.
dice at this point are that way, right? The ones I can't read easily, they're relegated to the dice bag.
Okay. So many things are happening. 3 cloakers, they are trying to get away from you, Circumference, in your lonely, silent battle. At the doorway, Mark, Duran and Snake bash the door open, and standing before you are 2 carnivorous apes.
Oh shit!
We forgot about them.
With a blood-curdling cry of ook ook, they are upon you, and that is where we will stop for the week. I'd like to thank everybody who is here tonight. Thank you all. Circumference. Thank Kyle. Thank you so much for taking time away from your vacay to play some AD&D with us tonight.
Can I do one thing before
Can
we
you do
go?
one thing? What do you wish to do before we depart, sir?
Yeah, what am I rolling for my potion of extra healing?
You are going to roll through. Are you drinking?
I'm drinking all of it.
All of it, and it has full drafts in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is actually going to be 3d8 plus 3, I believe. But let me double check that, because I don't want to.
I'm
don't
at
want
6
to-
hit points, and I can't cast Cure Light
Right.
Wounds on myself because I'm silenced. So the only normally I like to save potions for emergencies, and well,
Guess what?
this counts.
Yes, 3d8 plus 3, 6 to 27 hit points.
What would I get if I just drank 2/3 of it?
You would receive 2d8.
I'll take the 3d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Nice.
23. Or
Damn.
20 total.
That is
It's a good roll.
really, really close to max. So, yeah, you feel those wounds and everything healing shut, and this thing is like flittering up near the ceiling. It clearly just wants to get the hell away from you, and that then is where we will pause.
Thank you.
Again, supreme thanks to everyone for being here tonight. It was a lot of fun. Love you all. I can't wait for Tim and Mobius to get back next week and find out that they're about to get peeled like a couple plantains. But anyway, so for all of our players here at the Delver's Dungeon, thank you, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow night, of course, myself. Hopefully, Kyle. We'll see if he's going to be available. If not, we will find something fun to do. Thursday night, don't miss it. Rob Kuntz is going to be here, and Rob's got a lot to say. Let me tell you what. So you don't miss it, but I promise you this, even if you do, the Owl Bears won't miss you. Peace, everybody, and good night.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me